All right, your next comic coming stage is a very good friend of mine, very funny guy. Put your hands together for David American.
Evening, guys. If you can't tell by my dog, I like parties. I love parties. I remember the first time I got invited to a fancy rich people party, though. And it was my aunt. She was a real estate agent at the time, and she said, we're going to go down to the mansion at the end of the road and go to a party on Friday. I was ecstatic. And then she told me I had to wear my grandpa's suit. She toned down the excitement just a little bit. It's really hard to throw down in suit you can't afford to fuck up. But I got there, and they had all of the accommodations. Everything that I could have ever hoped for in a party. They had the shrimp platters, multiple platters. They had the tiny little cheese with the toothpicks in it and stuff. And the little hot dogs and the sauce. Oh, yes. I was like on my third plate before I even turned and looked at everyone, and no one appeared to be having fun. Like, I don't know what it is, but everyone was leaned against the wall like they were casing the joint. It's stale. It's kind of quiet. Now, all the women in the room had that smile like they just sucked on a lemon and then tried to smile. Just kind of real sad-like. I didn't really understand it. I mean, as I continued to look around, I saw a couple people that looked like they were asking permission to party. These guys are like looking back and forth, like if the party gods will let me, I'll join in, but I don't know what I'm allowed to do. And it was on that day that I realized that rich people know how to coordinate events, and poor people know how to party. That's for sure. And I think you really can't have fun at a party until there's like a certain sense that you might die at this event. Like, you really got to have some chaos in the fun. And there's always one guy that tips that balance at every party I've ever been to. When I was younger, our guy was Doug. Doug was awesome. And when he showed up, there was always like a buzz in the air. Just, yes. See, this guy knows a Doug. That's what's up. Everyone was real excited, mainly because Doug's always late. And we had already been drinking. And no matter what the occasion is, Doug is dressed down for it. Promise you. It could be a homeless event and Doug would show up naked. Like, he's just that guy. It's like a whirlwind of trouble and problems that show up, but when he's there, you know you're allowed to party. You're allowed to have fun. He arrives at the event, starts just breaking things. Like, something breaks immediately. Whatever you put do not touch on, first thing to go. Thanks, Doug. Now it's a party. So only a couple people in here have a Doug. That's fine. This room would be a lot more fun if Doug was here now. You guys clearly haven't started partying yet. You need a Doug. Let's get it together. And I've heard for a long time that the reason people got laid was alcohol. And I disagree with that. I think the reason people get laid is Doug. Specifically Doug. Like, you lean over at some moment when this whirlwind of chaos has just barely left the room and you're like, baby, let's sneak out of here. We need to go make life. She's like, what? Why? Well, because after tonight, Doug's going to kill us all. We're going to need more people. So let's go. And there's kind of a fuzziness that happens after the Doug effect. Like, nobody really kind of recalls the rest of the night. And you wake up in the morning, everything being broken that was supposed to be fixed. Anything glass is shattered. Anything antique has been destroyed. Chastity belts have been removed to never be returned. It's all thanks to Doug. You know, it's just this war zone of empty alcohol and cum containers laying around the room. Horribly. I love how you have locked eyes with my dog like a minute ago. And I've just watched your head stay, yo, you in the white shirt, don't look behind you. You can't see anyone behind you. There's a wall right behind your head. I don't know what you were hoping for with that bailout. That's cool. But I learned something very valuable about this, and that is, I swear to you guys here in this bar, to God and country, that I will never get so rich that I forget to invite Doug to my parties. So you guys can trust this. I will never have enough money that I'm afraid to break everything in my house. Thanks. Anybody watching basketball? Like, there's a finals or something on? Couple people. Cool. I looked it up, and like Golden State's some kind of dynasty or some shit. And I was like, holy crap. So I typed it into Google, and I was like, Golden State is the shit. And it popped up with San Francisco as the shit. And a little map pops up of San Francisco, tiny brown dots everywhere. So I read in deeper, and those are all the moments in San Francisco where they have found homeless poop on the ground. led me to believe that if you just let your public health go, maybe the Mavericks could win a couple games. That's all we got to do, guys. Thanks.